So, as many of you are aware of, over the past few years since 2021, there's been some allegations about me with the animals, with domestic abuse, the lot. And then back in early Jan, two TikTokers took it upon themselves to get in touch with my baby mum after obviously falling out with them and started putting up posts and slagging me off and all this and that. And I said I just needed time to get the proof, and there's a lot more than I thought. That's why it's taken so long. There's some bits in here which will help you realise how sick, sadistic and twisted and vile of a person Ellen actually is, with the screenshots I'm about to show you. All these, I've still got all the chats, they've got the dates, they've got the times, they've got everything. So they're not twisted, not made up like hers. So the first few screenshots, which are about to come on screen in a second, the first one is Ellen's sister being fined and the state of her house and stuff. The second one is a Telegraph article about Ellen and her sister, who willingly let her sister's kids stay with a paedophile, which Ellen was dating at the time, while they went out shopping. That's how the social were involved in her sister, and that's how her sister actually lost her kids. But the thing about Ellen is, obviously, she'll tell you one side of the story when it's a totally different one. I mean, this case, obviously, it seems like the guy's been done already, but I know in 2017, apparently there was an accusation against someone called Charlie Pullen, who apparently raped her and stuff, but there's been numerous since, from Logan to Charlie again, to Callan, to Liam. So you can never tell when she's actually telling the truth and when she's lying about these things, but she keeps putting herself in these situations anyway. So when I first got with Ellen back in 2019 in September time, around about a month or two into our relationship, she falsely accused someone called Logan of raping her to cover up the fact that she was cheating on me. For years, Ellen dismissed this matter and just said he raped her and everything. And then me and Ellen went down to Wigan, where we spent the week with her Auntie Jane. Lovely person, she's absolutely adorable. But one night we were drinking and stuff, and Jane asked her about it, and then Ellen admitted that she just made it all up. So, and then since then, Ellen's refused. Well, she's blatantly denied it to the social and everything while I'm going through the court battle. She refuses that she ever accused him of rape. So this is the old group chat between me, Ellen, and her mum, where she puts in that she actually got raped. The police did get involved because I got involved myself, and even they said that she was lying. It says a lot when she's there saying that he raped her, that he hit her, there's no bruises but it's her mum's reply that gobsmacks me the most, where a normal parent will be like, what the fuck, we need to get the police involved. Her mum's reaction is, that's a serious allegation to make. Almost like she's done it before, multiple times. Callan, Charlie, Potter. Should I go on? So, as we're on the subject of Ellen's Auntie Jane, so Ellen is going on about how she took an overdose because of the way I was treating her, making her feel and stuff. But Ellen is failing to mention is The reason Ellen felt low and stuff is because I found her cheating again, by the way, and I broke up with her, and her reply was to go into my living room, take a full strip of sertraline and overdose while I was in the other room. That night kept me awake for absolutely months, replaying the sound that she made, having to go into the other room, seeing her mouth forming up, seeing blood coming out of her mouth, and her skin was just white and just, it was horrible. And that's the conversation that I had now. After that message, I'm pretty sure Ellen replies to it, answer it off my account, or no, they were having an argument, and then Ellen's answer sent this message for Ellen because obviously she was blocked and she wanted me to pass the message on. So as you can see, there's starting to be a recurring theme here where her family members are turning against her and warning me. And yet I was too stupid because I was in love at the time and I just ignored them. In reality, I should have listened, like, completely. Right, now I'm going to get onto the cats and post some of the proof I've got. I've still not been able to get access to the SD card, but I've got more videos and photos to prove it. So the first one is obviously on the plea deal, some of the cats from a cat rescue called from Louise Fowler was like, I signed them over to her. So Ellen's been saying that it was me that did it, and then I made a comeback and everything, this and that. What I didn't realise until recently, after this happened, I had the full chat on Instagram. So I'm going to show you that now. So there were the conversations just after the 5 cats was removed. Now we're going to get onto Smudge, and we're going to get on to a few more things as well. So Ellen, one of the things you're saying is that with Smudge's tail, I broke it. That, you know, I used to beat the animals and stuff. If I remember correctly, which I do by the way, we went to pick up 2 kittens from someone in Highcroft called Linda, who were strays. We didn't realise it was strays till we got there. You became really good friends with Linda, and yet again, I found out you were cheating. Big up Shane, by the way. Then you take Smudge, you move in with this Linda, which you've only known for like 2 weeks because you want to become a carer in this bollocks, which is strange as it is. Then a matter of days later, I get a phone call from you. Callum, can I bring Smudge on, please? You know, he's fighting with all the other cats. So I say yeah, because obviously Smudge is my baby. I absolutely love him to bits. So I tell her I'm going to leave the front door unlocked. She comes in, she puts the carry down, she zooms out. Literally zooms out. So I thought, that's weird. Didn't take him out the carry or anything. What Ellen's failing to tell people is that Smudge never left that cat carrier. As soon as he got taken, he was staying in there. It was full of shit and piss. It was matted to him and everything. I had to take the lid off just to pick him out. As soon as I took the lid off, he zoomed to the corner of the room. So I went over, stroked him for about 5-10 minutes. letting him calm down and stuff. And he started purring and stuff like he normally does, you know, when he's being loved. Then I go to stroke his head. I stroke his head and I move my hand down his back like I normally do, because Smudge had the bushiest, one of the best tails ever. It was fucking amazing. And then he got to the bottom and his tail just didn't move at all. So then I went to lift his tail up and he went mental. What you're failing to tell people is, Ellen, you broke that cat's tail. But then again, it's easy to pass the blame over. And to say it's me, you put this on Facebook. So, you don't know I've got this. You've not known for a while. But when we broke up and you left your Snapchat, well, old Snapchat logged in on the iPad, I had a look through it. And you said you didn't know fuck all about his tail being broke. So why did I find this on your account? The fact I was too in love with a narcissist that had me wrapped round the little finger, I would just ignore the blatant, obvious things that was going on, which I just refused to, you know, take in. So one of the other things is, why aren't you telling people that you used to piss the cats off that much that they attacked you? Like, literally, really badly. So another thing, we used to have two cats, Kiki and Smudge. So when you had Smudge, you got another cat and just gave Smudge to your friends round the corner. Every time you went into the house, Smudge would hide from you. When Kiki were at your mum's, your dad used to kick her up and down the stairs. You told me that. And then I got this video. And to some people that might be, oh, it's a joyful kick. Ellen's dad got done in 2017 for watching child and animal pornography, which the police found on his laptop. Ellen's mum has a back room full of animals, scruffy area as well, unless they're finally decorated. Her brother Scott booted her dad's Rottweiler so hard in the ribs, it punctured the dog's lungs and Rommel died. Why aren't you speaking about that? Would I know the dog's name if you've never mentioned him? Bit weird. Now I'm going to move on to Coco, the 6-week-old kitten you threw against the wall. You blamed me, passing the blame to everyone else and failing to accept responsibility is something your family is very known for. By failing to take into account again, I've got messages to prove different, and you say, oh, when it happened you rang the RSPC, you rang the police. What's this then? So that is a statement that I made the following day after Ellen threw the kitten against the wall, where Ellen climbed out my back window after she did it, because I rang my mum instantly, and my mum said down the phone, Callum, hang up, ring the police, ring me back. By the time I turned around from here to there, Ellen were out the window, she ran to the garage. And they only know all that because early on in the night we invited my cousin round and her friend. They both seen you on the way to the garage, laughing and joking, giggling to yourself. Bit strange, ain't it? So there's a few old TikToks that I have of me and Coco, the 6-week-old kitten. We had a bond that was amazing, and then after that, I've got some messages between me and you, and also some messages between you and your sister. which very concerning to say the least. The only reason I'm putting these posts up is because I went to a solicitor and they said I left it too late to appeal it because it's been nearly a year. So.
Cartier bands all on my wrist. Out of my wave, you only got drip. Out of my wave, you only got drip.
Tug a few L's made me tear up. I hated the man in the mirror. $1 a dream, I'm a dreamer. The rollie told me time to re-up. I got me some cash, I got me a chick. I been in my bag, I been on my shit. We running it back, I started on Twitch. 100 my teeth, they bright as a bitch.
Now, in the screenshots you're about to see is a conversation between... The first one's going to be me and Ellen, and then the second one's going to be between her and the sister. The day after she killed the kitten. And then after that, we're going to get into the fact that Ellen's saying that I physically abused her. I wrote some photos of what you actually did to me. So, I mean, I'm not being funny, Ellen. Them pictures you put up. I'm 6'4", love. I'm a heavyweight. If I'm going to hit you, they're going to bruise a lot more than that, aren't they? You really need to think about the lies you come out with before you do. Because karma's biting you on the arse right now. So that last one fucking hits deep, man. For the simple fact that not only is she open about it with her family, but her family's offering to cover it up. And it's obviously, it's happened before as well. But the fact she's going on about, oh, he abused me, but then messaging his sister saying, he didn't abuse me, I just said it because he was speaking to someone I didn't like. That's the levels of narcissism we are working with right now. So Ellen likes to go around saying, I beat her up and everything. Why isn't she telling people the bruises, the marks and stuff I had on me when she was throwing cups at me, like her mum used to her, by the way. I've got that in paper. She used to throw mop buckets at me. She used to punch me a lot. Why aren't you telling people that, Ellen? Do you guys... I don't think a lot of people understand how embarrassing it is for a guy to have to come onto a social media platform and explain that he was physically, mentally and emotionally abused by a narcissist. And people wonder why he turned for drugs. But apart from that, since this thing with the animals got taken to court, Ellen has posted on 2 separate occasions finding injured animals on Facebook. She's deleted one of the posts before I could screenshot it. I might have it somewhere. But this is one of them. And the one of the posts she put on about me abusing her, she goes on about she's not been able to go near another man. She's not been able to get close. She flinches anytime she goes near one. So since we broke up, well, since I broke up with you, I'm pretty sure you've had 6 relationships, love. I'm pretty sure that you're actually pregnant right now, aren't you? With Emmy's kid. Yeah. See, when things get sent to the social, Ellen, because I'm our daughter's father, if it's a concern, I also get sent it. I've got every single bit of your paperwork. But unlike you, I'm not going to post all of your stuff, all of your bad childhood memories and the trauma you went through, because you won't be able to handle the negative comments like I have. So I'm not posting these videos to say like, oh, this is my side, you need to believe me now. There's only ever been one side of the story because I've held back because I thought it was embarrassing coming out with my side. But if you watch a lot of Ellen's posts, same with the TikTokers, they're inconsistent and they keep changing slightly every time. For example, for Ellen, to the social worker, she said, I stabbed my dog in the living room, blood were everywhere, dog died. To everyone on TikTok, she said, I sold my dog for cocaine. My dog's at my mum's house. My sister's got her. I can prove that pretty easily. She's doing amazing. So, it's simple things like this which should never have happened, which unfortunately has happened. But justice needs to be brought to the right person. And one thing, Ellen, if I'm this big bad abuser and stuff, last March, I think it was, when your dad were in hospital, why aren't you telling anyone that it was me and you were the last ones to ever see him before he passed away? How aren't you telling people that night after we left your dad and we went over to KFC and stuff, and you were giving me these weird looks, which I've got video of, by the way, because I caught you doing it, that you tried sleeping with me on the res while you was in a relationship with Liam? Simple things like this that you leave out, which you think people are just going to forget about. They don't forget stuff. So you're looking at me like that when your dad's literally on death's door, just a few hundred feet away from us. Why aren't you telling people that when you got the phone call letting you know that your dad passed away, that I was the first person you rang, crying your eyes out, and I was there for you? I was also the one that had to tell his sister Jane that he passed away because you didn't want to unblock her. Don't believe me, ask Jane, she'll still have the messages. Why is it I abuse you that much? You cannot leave me alone. You stalk me on multiple socials. I've got 10 Instagram accounts blocked from you. You just won't leave me alone. Because you know that you had me wrapped around your finger and you think you can do it again. It's never happening, mate.